Christine, honey, you are a very smart person, but you're also a woman. And sometimes those two things just fight each other. Let me explain something to you about guys. See, when Luth and I are talking about cars and trucks, we go to a special place. Yeah, it's not located on any map. It's just located right here. Right here. It's called Men's Town.
Men's Town?
Yeah, that's right. Capital M, capital T, Men's Town.
I'd love to see this place.
Well, you can. See, because it's where men go to hunt with their bare hands and talk about chainsaws. Where no one ever asks, does this make my butt look too big? But what are you thinking? Because in Men's Town, we're always thinking the same thing. Isn't that right, Luth? Huh? We're always thinking, man, I'd love a great big juicy steak.
Yeah. And when we were younger in Boys Town, it was a hamburger.
Right.
And you talk with your mouth full there, too.
Look, my point is, there is trust and friendship between men. There's no deals going south. There's no lawyers there. There's only real men.
And a few good dogs.
I think you both lost your minds. Or in Men's Town, do you all just share one?
Do you think you speak for the average American male?
Well, I don't know, but I do know there's been a lot of this so-called male bashing going on, and sometimes I think it goes too far. I mean, men may not be as sensitive as women, but maybe that's a good thing.
Where's your heart?
Oh, please. Let's start with men have no hearts things. Men's hearts are just as big as women's.
Bigger in Olympic years.
Well, we don't let our hearts control our lives.
Maybe you should once in a while. Maybe the world would be a better place.
Well, and it pains me to have to say this, but I know it's not a popular theory. That is why you do not see Americans rushing to elect a woman president.
Why?
No, because you people let your hearts control your heads. With a man in power, you never have to worry about their heads being connected to anything.
You know, you're right, Hayden.
All right, finally. One for our side.
Do you really think of it as sides, men versus women?
Well, I don't know if it's that, but I do think that men and women have had their traditional roles for hundreds of years, and now those roles are changing, and anytime there's change, there's bound to be confusion and a few hurt feelings along the way.
I can't believe in this day and age you're feeling insecure because I make more money than you.
Well, it's not just me. Any man would, in any day and any age, honey.
This is ridiculous.
This is not ridiculous. Oh, sweetheart. Oh, no. This is basic biological male-female stuff. This goes back to the beginning of people. This is all about the male primitive instinct to go out and kill something and drag it back to the hut so you can feed your family. You sure as hell don't want to come home to your hut and find out that your wife has dragged in something bigger.
Oh, God, Hayden, we don't live in the Stone Age anymore.
Maybe you don't, but I do.
And yet you and Christine have a very successful relationship. How do you account for that?
Well, basically, I figured out the secret of marriage. It's all about freedom. Every married guy has got to feel like he's got some, because if he doesn't, he'll go crazy. He's going to be like a caged animal.
Oh, God, I'm in prison!
What?
Ever since Judy and I got engaged, we're constantly doing stuff together, and I like it, but sometimes I feel trapped, like I don't have my freedom anymore, like I never will again.
Well, Tom, you know that's normal for a guy when he first gets engaged.
It is?
Sure, because it's true. Those days of laying around in your underwear all weekend or eating the same frozen dinner every night for a year, gone.
My God, what's left?
Not that bad. Stuff you don't get to do gets mainly replaced by other stuff.
Like what?
Well, Mainly the stuff she wants to do. But you keep doing some of the stuff she wants to do, eventually you get to do some of the stuff you want to do, see? It's called give and give and give and take.
I want a motorcycle.
A motorcycle? You're gonna have to give and give and give and give and give and give and give for that.
Since when have you wanted a motorcycle?
Well, it's kind of been a dream of mine all my life, but mostly I've wanted one since Saturday. See, Judy and I, we spent the day shopping for stemware, and on our way out of the last store, we just happened to go past this little motorcycle shop, and there was this incredible bike in the window. It just grabbed me. It was beautiful. Then Judy grabs me. She says, "Don't you even think about it." It was like I was with my mother. Well, now I want one more than ever.
Then you should get one.
Oh, what about Judy? She'd never forgive me.
Dauber, don't you see what Judy has done? She's forced you into buying it.
Yes?
Dom, if you don't get that motorcycle now, you're going to resent Judy for the rest of your life. It's going to fester inside of you until one day it finally explodes. And when it does, it's going to take your marriage with it. You don't know when it's going to happen. It could come at any time. You could be in one of those antique stores when you're 50. You're going to be eyeing a walking stick. And Judy said, "You don't need a stick." You say, "Yes, I do. I need it for this." So to my way of thinking, you need that motorcycle just to save your relationship.
We've been talking a lot about relationships. When we return, we'll talk with Christine about her views on the subject, as One-on-One continues right after this.
I'm very impressed, Hayden. Writing wedding vows is something that a lot of men would not be comfortable doing.
Well, Christine keeps saying it's one of the reasons she fell in love with me, because I have this wonderful feminine side. I mean, I really have a pretty good masculine side, too. It's just that the longer I've known her, the smaller it gets.
We're back with Hayden's wife, Christine Armstrong. Thank you for joining us today.